told your friend you're not okay? And tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away.
Hi everyone, my name is Kathy.
And I'm Chloe,
and I am every woman. Welcome back, guys. Should I say Happy New Year still? Is it new? Is it not longer new?
I think it's still new.
Okay. So Happy New Year still.
Yeah, Happy New Year, guys.
Yeah. So this is part 2
Yes.
of what we started last week.
Yes.
If you haven't watched that, please watch. It's about lessons we're carrying into 2023. We have learned in 2022 and even before, but just getting into 2023 with deliberateness, with purpose, and with the lessons that we have picked up over
Right.
the years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, guys, if you've not watched that video, please go ahead and watch it before you watch this. By the way, just pause. Go watch it and come back.
Yeah.
It has some really important tidbits that
Yeah.
we think you might really use this year.
Yep.
Yeah.
All
Okay.
right.
So, shall we
I think
continue?
you can start. Yeah.
Okay, so I think we did 1 to 5 last week.
Yeah.
So this will be my number 6. And my number 6 lesson that I want to bring with me in 2023 is let it break. Let it break. So we as human beings, we like to fix things.
Yeah.
And I think it even gets worse when you're a mother.
Yeah.
By default, you want to make things okay for everybody.
That's true.
And so let it break for me means sometimes, not sometimes, a lot of times, lessons are learned in the most darkest moments.
Yeah.
And so sometimes you might want to let people walk that journey up to that darkest moment. It doesn't mean you abandon them. You can be by their side, but maybe they need to get there for them to learn their lesson, which might be their biggest lesson.
Yeah.
So for me, sometimes I say, let it break. You cannot fix everything. And it's not even your job to fix it. You shouldn't fix everything. Let it break, especially like in relationships. Sometimes we feel like, the need to fix our partners or in even with our children. Sometimes we feel the need to fix and
Especially
make
with our children.
Yeah, and make life comfortable and perfect for them. You cannot be able to give perfection to anybody. And sometimes the best lessons in life are at that breaking point.
Oh, yeah.
And so think about it this way. You might think you're doing good by fixing it and warning people and stopping them from what you might think is harmful. That stopping them might actually be you deterring them from enjoying their greatest blessing.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I'm with you on that one.
Yeah.
I mean, as a teacher in class, I used to tell the kids, because there's these kids who probably you are one of them, helping the next kid not to get a question wrong or not to, And I always used to put it to them, the more you show them, the more you are making them never learn. Let that sink in, that the more you show them, let them fail and let them have to redo it, then learn. But it's a tough one.
Oh, I like that comparison. I like that comparison. I never thought about it like that. And yes, I was that child.
Yeah.
Who used to do, because I was always top of my class. Oh, wow.
Your teacher should have fixed that. It's a subtle thing. You have to be very keen to notice.
Yeah.
But if I realize a child is like that, in fact, even without separating them, I used to just make them understand. Because you won't see all these things. I would make them understand that the more you do it, the more you're not helping them. You're making matters worse for them. And I would tell the one being helped that the more you help, the more you don't know. You might as well have stayed home. You should not have come to school.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let it break.
Let it break. Let it break. All right. I don't know whether to say this is deep or it's not that deep.
Sure.
I'm just going to say it as it is.
Okay. Sure.
When you sleep over a problem, it's a lot lighter the next day.
Yes. Yes.
I mean, I can't tell you how many times that has happened.
Yes.
And something just seems completely off.
Yes.
And it's not working. And there's all darkness. And then you tell yourself, my mantra is, if I don't know what to do, I'll do nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Yes.
And somehow when you sleep on it,
Yes.
somehow tomorrow it just, you're wondering, how did I not see that? Wait, this is just simple.
Yeah.
So it has happened to me many times.
Yeah.
Sleep over it.
Sleep over it.
Yeah.
Kathy, you won't believe it.
Yeah.
Look at my point number 7.
Being still. It's a different version of it.
No, but I was gonna say be still.
Yeah.
When you don't know what to do,
Yeah.
be still.
Yeah.
Do nothing.
True.
This is interesting.
Very true.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's also a lesson for me. So allow me to jump in so that we can share to that point. But I agree with you. Sometimes you just need to sleep on it. Sometimes you even just need to take your thought away from that thing that you don't know.
Yes, that's true.
And then it will come. And at some point, you will know exactly what to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's very true.
Yeah.
And very real.
Yeah.
And in this world, I feel maybe also in our circumstances, there's a whole lot sometimes. I just feel like there's so much noise in your brain. There's this person calling saying, then there's who's saying, and then you haven't done this, and then there's a child, and then there's someone ringing. It just feels so noisy. And the ability to just tell yourself, calm down is crucial.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the mindfulness. I think.
Yeah. You know what I do? I usually ask myself, if I don't make the decision today, what's the worst
that will happen? That's great.
If the worst that will happen is something I can live with, then I sleep.
Yep.
And think about it tomorrow. Okay. Yeah.
My next one. Authentic decisions are not shaken by circumstances. As long as the decision you've made is true to you and it's something you feel for you, no matter what the circumstances are, no matter what people say, you go back and tell yourself, oh my God, and then you realize, but no, my decision and my journey and what I want for myself is on track. But it can only be that way if the decision you made was authentic. You know, sometimes you make a decision based on pressure, you know, what your parents expect of you, you know, it's decisions based on many things. But if your decision was something you sat down and say, this is important to me, this is what I want for me, and I have thought about it today, I've thought it tomorrow, I've thought it the day after, it's the same. And this is the reason why I want this, and this is what I want. Yeah. Then no matter what the circumstances, you don't feel shaken. Yeah. And even when you shake a little bit, you come back in the evening and you think about it and you tell yourself, no, this is still in line with my decision. So I'm sticking to it.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I like that. And I like it so much because I think for me, if I was to vocalize the same thing, I would say, know your why. Because it's what that keeps bringing you back,
rewiring you,
helping you stay grounded to what you're doing. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yep.
Okay, so I'll move on to my next one. I think this is number 8. And for me, is I no longer believe words. I no longer even believe action. I now only believe patterns.
Wow. I hear you.
Yeah.
I hear you. That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing because someone can do something, but it's out of the norm.
Yeah.
But then, a pattern, speaks a lot more.
Yes.
I hear you. That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
I don't even know whether there's anything to add to it, really.
There isn't. Yeah. But that's great.
Yeah.
Especially in relationships, all kinds.
Yeah. All kinds, because even when if I'm being honest and really truly thinking about it, it's some of the relationships that I've had in friendship and family have taught me this lesson.
Yeah. Because the pattern truly speaks about the person's character and about the person's relationship with you or how they view you.
Yes.
The
Absolutely.
pattern tells the true thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And because you are seeing the pattern and the person is probably not seeing the pattern, you know? So it's up to you to see the pattern because it affects you.
Yes.
I hear you loud and clear.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. So that's my lesson number 8. All right.
My number 8. This one is the, I don't know what to say. Anyway, I'm just going to say it. Before I enjoy something for myself, I make sure I do something for the kids.
Oh.
I mean this very lightly. Before I go out,
Okay.
before I take a night out,
Yes.
I do something quality, like proper quality thing with the kids.
Yeah.
Like I'll go somewhere with them where there's a one-on-one. It's not a movie you're watching, no. But there's a thing I did with them. And then when I go out, I don't feel guilty.
So is this a lesson or is it
I don't know.
trying to?
It's a lesson. I'll tell you what.
Okay.
I don't know about other parents, but I sometimes feel guilty when I'm away from my children. Just, I feel like my daughter maybe woke up and called me and I wasn't there. I do feel a little bit of guilt. But if I feel like I had quality time and blah, 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 I know I did what, something they wanted. And it's proper quality time. It's not buying for them a shoe. No,
Yeah.
it's quality time.
Quality.
I connected.
Yeah.
I don't feel guilty when I step out.
Okay.
That's just me.
All right. Okay.
They don't miss me.
It's your truth.
They don't miss me.
Yeah.
Because I left a solid connection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would see how that would make sense because that means, you both fulfill that need of you connecting with them as a mom and them connecting to you as their child, I see what that means. And anyway, in life, there are all these different aspects. And sometimes, not sometimes, majority of the time, especially if you have children who are not adults, like young children, then that part of your life, in that circle of life, that part of you being a parent is very important. And if it's not well taken care of, then it cannot release you to do other things.
I completely. That's the reason why I have that.
Yeah. Okay. I can respect it. Initially, I thought, that sounds a little bit like for you, but after processing, I understand it. I understand it. Okay, I'll move on to number 9. My number 9 is a little heavy, so just indulge me. And for me, is listen. Listen to your body. Listen to your mental health. Listen to yourself. And you can only do that when you're being still. It's my other face of being still and not actioning when you don't know what to do. Being still and really listening. This helps you achieve 2 things. 1, it helps you filter out the noise. And 2, categorize different kinds of fatigue. So this year for me, I have had moments where I keep feeling tired and everybody would ask me, how are you doing? All I wanted to say was tired. And so I went about and decided, okay, what is really this tired? What is it? Because I'm working from home. It's not like I do a physical job. What is it? What really is it? And you know what I found? I found something very interesting. There are 7 types of fatigue.
Wow.
And I'm gonna that's why I'm saying indulge me a little bit. So we have the physical fatigue. That's easy to pinpoint, right? You know very well that you're not stressed, but you're just physically tired. Now, that's easy to handle because all you need to do is take a break.
Rest.
Take a break. You can afford to go for a massage, you can do that. If you can afford, if you have like a bath at home, you can do that. And sometimes it's just sleeping. And you're able to reset. And the physical one also sometimes calls you to eat better. Be intentional about what you're eating. Make sure that you're eating nutritious food. If you need supplements, whatever that looks like. Drink water. As simple as that. But it might not be as simple, especially as you grow older. It might, even us saying drink water and eat a balanced diet might feel like, oh, it's cliche, but it actually really works. So be intentional about that. So the number 2 is social fatigue. Social fatigue. And this is where you feel drained because you've been socializing so much. You're on a constant high.
Yeah.
On a constant
And that's
high.
real, even for extroverts.
Yes. So you have to be intentional about setting boundaries. Be okay with saying no to some social events or whatever that looks like. And when I say social fatigue, it could be engaging on social media. There are people who are, social media influencers, and they go live, for example, all the time. You still need the social skills. It doesn't have to be in person. So sometimes with social fatigue, you have to be intentional. And how you can do that is just set those boundaries, say no, create that time for yourself. And then when you're reintroducing yourself back into the social scene, you can start by being intentional about spending time with people that energize your spirit. Because there are people who can drain you. So look out for the people that make you feel good after a social interaction and start with those. The next type of fatigue that I found is anxiety fatigue, where you're overthinking and you're overwhelmed. And this is especially when you're setting up a business or chasing your goals.
There's a looming thing.
Or just anxiety, or you have a lot of things going on, or you've experienced loss, or there's a new baby. Changes basically. Overthinking. And so that's actually one way to know that you're experiencing anxiety fatigue, when you get startled easily, when you're not sleeping properly, when you find yourself, your mind is just going crazy, you're thinking about this and that and that. And sometimes it's if you keep forgetting that.
Oh my God.
That means there's so much information in your head at any given time that your mind is not fully resting. And so you can research, because these are just tidbits we're giving, but it can be a point. If you resonate with a point like this, you can research a bit further and explore and see. But one of the ways that I picked up that can help is one, write down, journal. You can journal your thoughts. You can write down action points just to help you move the thoughts from here to a notebook. You still have them, but they're not here, so that your mind can be able to shut down. So write down, journal, and then for every bad thought, you tell yourself or you listen to. We have the devil and an angel, the little voices. For every bad thought you have, be intentional about counteracting it with something kind. So, for example, you say, "Oh, I'm such a failure." Be intentional. Catch yourself and be intentional of even affirming yourself and saying you're only human, and give yourself that permission. It might take you reading books. It might take you, even watching a feel-good movie. Some people write little notes to themselves and stick it in the mirror so that you read it in the morning, whatever that looks like for you. Fatigue number 4 is compassion fatigue, where you get too tired or you're helping people too much, whether it's money-wise, physically, or emotionally. Because it's like you're pouring all the time. So you
from your cup, not from your saucer.
Yes. And so for this one, they just say, take time out for yourself, even watching news, because there's so much negative news. Sometimes that is actually because you tap into your empathy and it can be tiring. So tone it down. If it's news that's triggering you, don't watch news for some time. Trust me, the president will handle it. And then fatigue number 5 is emotional fatigue. And how to identify emotional fatigue, I found a very easy way is just if you're feeling stuck. That's how you know that you're emotionally fatigued. And this is just prioritize your needs. Prioritize your needs, focus on just your needs. Then number 6 is ambition fatigue. And this is where you set unrealistic goals, especially for things that you want to achieve, business, career, whatever. And then it also comes with lack of self-compassion, where if you don't meet those goals, you beat yourself up. So for this one, just practice patience,
Face yourself.
Face yourself. And there's also a point that you have talked about the small steps. I think that would really help with this. And then the last one is sensory fatigue. And I think this one we suffer with, a lot of us do suffer with this because of a lot of social media, loud noises, traffic, sensory fatigue. So for this one, it's just take time out, switch off your phone, do one task at a time so that you're not multitasking, so that there's no sensory overload. So those are the 7 types of fatigue that I found. And so my point was just to remind everybody is listen to your body and then categorize what you're feeling. And if it's fatigue, try and really even go deeper to analyze what kind of fatigue you're looking at. Yeah.
That's a whole lot of information. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I think I would have just made the distinction between physical and mental.
And not know which kind of mental.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, I probably would have dug into the reason why I'm getting the mental, but I would not have classified it.
Yes.
That's good.
Thank you. Yeah. Thanks for indulging and allowing me to steal some time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Your number 9?
My number 9, matters health and weight management. I mean, obviously the two can be related.
Yeah.
I've just realized that you try so many things. And sometimes with weight management, you don't even think of your health.
Yeah.
You think of weight management only. You should be thinking about your health. So what I've decided toward the end of last year is just think about my health as my health. And then, my weight management is a part of it. And then even then, do what works. Don't do what works for that person and that person. What literally works for you. There are so many ways of doing, of watching your health and your weight, but not all the ways will work for you.
That's true.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's true. There's a lot of information now.
There's a whole lot.
How to
and everybody shoving it down your throat. This is the right way. That's the right way.
Yeah.
I don't think it's true.
Yeah, pick what works for you.
Pick what works for you.
But do you try? How do you know what works for you? Do you give yourself leeway to try a little bit of everything until you know what works for you?
I feel like for me, at this age, I've tried a lot of things.
Okay, I see.
Then I know what I struggled with. I know what was, And sometimes you'll struggle with something for a few months and it will have results, but you are so uncomfortable. Then when you fall back into your old patterns, you fall so hard,
Yeah.
But if you just pick something comfortable that you can do over time, then you're okay.
Yeah.
I'll just take case in point. I used to do a protein diet, and I realized in my 40s that when I do it, I cramp, my bones, my muscles, everything is complaining. I don't know if that has to do with age, but I'm just saying it wasn't working anymore.
It didn't work for you.
So I picked another method. Right now I do the intermittent fasting. It's very slow, but very sure.
Yeah.
My body feels great.
Yeah.
It's manageable for me to just time my eating hours.
Right. Yeah.
But I don't want to be restricted on what to eat.
Yeah.
And that's me.
Yeah.
That works for me.
Yeah.
For some people, they require cut discipline for it to work. Good for you. Do what works for you.
Do what works for you. I think that's a good one.
Yeah.
Okay. My last point number 10 is happiness is a choice.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
You will be exactly as happy as you decide to be. This one has been a big one for me. And, because we place happiness, it's easy to place happiness in things, in people, in experiences. But when I realized you can actually design your life and design how happy you want to feel and decide that today, no matter what happens, I choose to stay happy.
Yeah.
And even if I feel any other way, I won't wallow for too long.
Yeah.
But I will feel that way. And then remind myself, I chose to be happy today. And go back there is something that I'm working on. And I really want to continue working on it.
That's new year.
Yeah.
My brother sent me a video of a guy who had a terrible accident, almost died.
Yeah.
And then in hospital, they said, you're going to be paralyzed the rest of your life.
Yeah.
But the guy was upbeat, smiling, blah, blah, blah. And the doctors were worried.
Yeah.
So they called his father and said, we think your son is in denial. We don't think he has understood. He's not going to walk. So dad goes and talks to the son. I just don't remember the name of the guy, but he's the guy who talks to people. And dad is balancing tears and he's saying, son, do you understand what's going on? And the son said, but dad, I get it. And then he said he uses something he learned somewhere called the 5-minute rule. So if something profound happens to you, you have 5 minutes. Feel your feelings. You know, I don't know if it's 5 or 5 figuratively. Feel your feelings, be sad, you know, insult, curse, and feel sorry. 5 minutes. When you're done, come back. Life didn't stop. Life is continuing. Accept your new reality. Come back. You know?
Oh, I love that.
I know. And he was saying, if I'm going to be in a wheelchair, I'll be the happiest guy in a wheelchair. I will be a happy guy in a wheelchair. Because I can't change it. In fact, he had this thing of girls tattooing. I'm sure there's someone watching this video who probably knows who that is. I just don't remember his name. And they were tattooing on their wrists. Can't change it. Yeah. So once you've accepted you can't change it, okay. What can you actually change? Move on.
Oh, I like that. I'll look for that video for sure. Because it's something that I'm learning to do.
Yeah.
So those are my 10. Give us your 10.
I'm on my last one.
Yes.
Now this last one, I find it very, very profound.
Okay.
Because a friend of mine told it to me, and I was going through a dark thing. You know how on the one bad day, and I'm just wallow. And he finished talking to me, and then later he sent me a message and said, always remember, it's not the situation, it's what you tell yourself about the situation. I can't tell you what it did to me what it did for me at that moment. It was so profound because I realized everything is just perspective. You're seeing it from one place, and therefore you're telling yourself, you're narrating that story to yourself only from one angle. But you don't realize there are many angles.
If you fall down, like a physical fall, you can choose to be embarrassed. Or you can choose to make it feel comical.
Yes. Something like that. For example, I was in the process of starting a young business, you know, starting where I am with what I have. And it's just maybe one of those days. I honestly don't remember the details. It's just one of those days. This is not going to work. You know, I'm telling someone this, but they don't see my point, and it just feels so dark. And so he said, remember, it's just what you tell yourself. So if you rise above it, then you see the many other different angles. You realize maybe this person was not the path we should be taking. Maybe there's another path. Or maybe this person is just being difficult in the beginning. They're going to see your point. Or all these options. Try and see it from many different angles. So choose the best angle to see for yourself. Choose the best angle. And if you cannot choose the best angle for yourself, surround yourself with people who see the best angle. So that in your moments of weakness, they remind you, yes, it's not the situation, it's what you tell yourself about the situation. I mean, recently a friend of mine started homeschooling. And this is what she said. She said she started homeschooling because they couldn't afford the school fees. She said she's going to homeschool for a month. And then when they get the money, they'll take them to school. But she realized they're enjoying themselves. She's enjoying, her kids are enjoying. So she decided to homeschool. I mean, our homeschooling video helped to make that decision. But think about it. Another parent in those shoes would be killing themselves, saying, I can't even afford school fees. I'm a failure. What kind of parent am I? And start blaming your father, your mother, your husband, your life, your everything. Why me? Are you seeing? It's what you tell yourself about it. This one just told herself, oh, well, I'll homeschool for a month, then I'll take them to school. And then she ended up not even doing it. You see, it could have gone a very different direction had she chosen to see it that way. But she didn't.
I think that's really important, especially now that you're mentioning that, especially now with these difficult economic times, because we have a way of doing things that is what we've done for so long, and that's what is acceptable by society. Quote unquote. Expectations. But honestly, at the end of the day, what I'm getting from what you're saying is that you just choose keep seeing it from a different angle. Choose the positive angle all the time. And it might be the blessing that you actually needed.
Yes, but you won't see it.
Yes.
Unless you train yourself to see it. Exactly.
That's true. Okay, guys, we really hope you've enjoyed this video. We want this year to be a year of intention. Be intentional about your thoughts. Be intentional about the things you do. Be intentional with the people you choose to keep around. A year of intention, right? All these tidbits and life lessons that we've shared in this video and part 1, by the way, if you've not watched it, please go back and watch. All the tidbits we've shared are actually steps to push you closer and closer to finding yourself, finding your purpose, you know? And so we really, really hope that these tidbits and life lessons will encourage you to take action and be intentional with yourself so that you can be able to be, move closer to finding your purpose, finding your purpose. And as always, guys, we want to engage with you. Leave a comment in the comment section. Send us an email. Share with us
your own lessons.
Right.
We'd love to hear them.
Exactly. Share with us your own lessons that we might have not highlighted here today. And always, always, of course, we want to see you share, like, comment, subscribe, most importantly. Share this video with a friend
Other people
who need it, who might resonate with 1 or 2 points. We really want to engage with you this year, and we can start with this video, right? Okay. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Until next time, bye.